always thought that the bedroom was the most important space in the house because it's the last one you see when you go to bed at night, and it's the first thing you see when you wake up, and it really sets your mood. And that's why I've always thought that the bedroom was really important. However, there are some decor mistakes that I have made over the past few years as a designer. Well, a lot in the early years. I've gotten a lot better. At least I hope so. And I thought maybe it'd be really fun to share with you some of the things that I have stopped doing, and I'll share with you why and some easy tips and tricks on how to fix these things if these are mistakes that you've been making in your own home as well. I hope you'll love today's video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love hanging out with you guys. It's awesome. We love being able to share tips and tricks, room makeovers, tours, all kinds of great stuff. So we don't want you to miss out. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. We've said before in past videos, leaving your laundry out on a chair, that's essentially decorating with your clothes, leaving your laundry laying on the bed, waiting to be folded and put away, and then just being too tired and just sleeping with it on top of you, right? We all kind of know, like, that's not technically decorating with your clothes. It's definitely not like the wisest way, to put your room together. But I actually decorated with my clothes for a time. So when we moved to Scandinavia, I noticed that a lot of people had the really nice hanging racks with their clothes on them, and I thought those were really pretty, and I didn't have a lot of space in the house that we had there. And so for quite some time, I actually had a rack hanging in the room with my clothes on it. At times, Scandinavians will even hang clothes on the wall as decor, hang them on like the closet or the dresser or on a hook on the wall or something like that. Decorating with clothes is a very Scandinavian thing to do, and I really liked the idea, especially while I was living in Scandinavia. But now that I'm back here and I've tried it a little bit, I found that for me, I prefer for my clothes to be behind closed doors / drawers. I just prefer for it to be away. It's a little too cluttered for me. So ultimately, I think that clothing should just be tucked away. It shouldn't be out, whether you're leaving it out on the bed, waiting for it to fold it, or there's always the chair, or worse. Let me know if you've ever had a piece of exercise equipment that has essentially become the clothing rack in your bedroom, and you just end up with lots of stuff stored on it. I think it ends up creating a lot of clutter, and we don't need that, especially when it's somewhere that we're trying to sleep and it's a place that we need to be resting. And so I think clutter should just be gone. Either buy some great armoires, or those closet systems from IKEA are amazing if you don't have a big enough closet or a separate closet for your clothes. And then of course, over time, we've bought some really nice dressers, and we can store everything out of plain sight. Okay, this is a crazy one, and I'm probably gonna get some feedback on this one. There's something I don't decorate with, and I think it probably makes me a little bit strange at times, but there's something I don't decorate with anymore in the bedroom, and that is blinds. Oh, I know, there's the audible gasp. I heard you. We do not decorate with blinds in the bedroom anymore, which I know makes us very strange. I will admit that at times they can be nice because they do block out a lot of the light, and that can be nice. However, I've also learned that having a blackout lining and thicker curtains can do the same job without making me feel like I'm in prison. I had a shade made for the door over here because originally we did have blinds here and we had blinds on the windows. And having the shade made with the black outliner really made it quite useful. So you can actually find these at places like Pottery Barn and IKEA, and even Amazon does sell them, where they have a blackout lining. So it does the same job as those blinds. So don't worry, we still like to cover up the curtain. We still like to cover up the windows, okay? Especially in the bedroom where you're trying to sleep and do other things. You do want to have privacy. So there are other options though besides blinds. And I think that for me, blinds, I just don't like them just in general because they take so much of the light out of the room. And even when they're open, it's like being in a prison. You can't see fully outside with them up. So I personally just take them down, put up some great curtains or a Roman shade. There's plenty of options out there. I'll leave some links down below for you. But yeah, I know that's gonna be a bit controversial. No blinds in the bedroom. Wow, I know. She's crazy. Another thing that I do not do anymore, and oh my goodness, it's been such a powerful thing, that is I do not underestimate the power of the mattress. Man, I wish I had learned this when I was younger, okay? Thankfully today we've got Birch as our video sponsor. Our lives have been completely transformed by our Birch mattress. Not to sound dramatic, but I'm totally serious, because when you don't sleep well, your life, it affects everything about your life. It increases your stress, it increases your anxiety. You will not have to look far if you go and look at the studies about how important sleep is to us as human beings. And one of the biggest factors is definitely the mattress. And I have learned that the hard way, because prior to having the Birch mattress, I was having all kinds of problems with my back. So they sent us our Birch mattress. I chose the Luxe mattress. This was about a year ago. Arrives on the door. It's absolutely incredible. Literally, we were able to do it ourselves, but you can actually have an in-home installation done if you'd like to. And I am telling you, it's just been so transformative. We sleep so well on this mattress. The only problem with it is it's made it very difficult to now want to go other places because I miss my mattress. It really is just absolutely incredible. I couldn't be more pleased. All the mattresses are made with all natural materials and organic wool. I went with the Luxe because, well, we all know I'm a little bit bougie. If they put the Luxe word on it, I'm gonna want it. But actually it came with a little bit more. It comes with a few extra little things. It's GOTS certified, it's Fair Trade certified, it's Forest Stewardship Council certified. I just love it. I tell everyone about Birch mattresses. All of my clients, anytime they're looking for a mattress, I'm like, you just need to go with the Birch. It's incredible. I love my Birch mattress, and I think you will too. So if you're looking for a new bed, check out Birch Living. Their President's Day sale is running now. It's the perfect time to upgrade your sleep with 25% off a Birch mattress plus 2 free Eco Rest pillows. Visit birchliving.com/Valentina to find out more about this limited time offer. Birch mattresses ship free in the US, and you get a 100-night sleep trial and a 25-year warranty. Guys, I am telling you, check out the link down below. You're gonna absolutely love it, and you're gonna thank me. And let me know if you've ordered one and how you're doing on it, because I know some of you have ordered your Birch mattresses, and I know you're loving them. So thank you again to Birch for not only sending us this amazing mattress, but also for being our video sponsor. Okay, another thing that I don't do anymore, and I really stick to this, and that is I do not put a desk or any kind of office equipment in the bedroom. I don't know about you. I mean, I literally love my work. I literally told somebody this morning, she was asking me, oh, do you have a lot of work to do today? I'm like, yes, there's never enough hours in the day for all the things that I want to do. I literally love my work. But I do not want to sleep with my work like literally in my face. So I understand if you have an extremely small space, if you are living, this isn't small, if you have to have your desk in the bedroom, it may be considered a tiny space. But I always, always, always recommend not having any of your computers or your office equipment in your bedroom, because it's really hard to completely rest from it. And I think that we all just need that true downtime where we just actually disconnect and relax. And so I think that's really hard to do if it's in your bedroom. So I have thought at times about putting a desk in here, got the little bay window where I could put that in here, and I'm like, just don't. I remember what it was like to wake up and that being there, and I just think it's really, really hard to wake up and just immediately see your work. And especially if you don't like what you're doing, that's really detrimental to your mood. So I always suggest, when my clients ask me what I think about that, I always tell them I would not personally put an office in the bedroom, but you know, you do you. This is not like a hard and fast rule. These are just preferences, but for me, it's something that I no longer do. And I have found that it creates an environment that's way more relaxing and definitely more restful. do not decorate with a TV cabinet anymore. I really like those TV cabinets and I really didn't want to get rid of ours. I've got to be honest with you. We held on to that for a very long time. I've just always liked the TV cabinets. We've literally taken them all around the world with us, and we even brought them back with us from living overseas, brought them back with us. I just liked them. I like those cabinets. The problem with them is that the doors have to be opened and shut. And I found finally, after so many years, I finally just realized that first of all, there's only so big of a TV that you can put into those cabinets, and you always have to have the doors open. So it's just, especially if you have a small space, having those doors open can really consume a lot of the room, and it can sometimes make it to where it blocks parts of the room and you can't be sitting down. Like in my room, I couldn't sit down in the chair and have the door open, right? So in the end, I found that I really like having the TV on the wall and the dresser underneath it, or a media cabinet or a sideboard, right? I really like that look. Now for me personally, in order to make this work, I had to have the frame TV because I want it to be pretty still. And I think that is always the challenge, and that's why we had those cabinets for so long. And I still think if you just need a small TV, it's not the worst idea. I still like them. But I do think that there's something really just beautiful about walking in and not having that tall cabinet, and the way it opens up the space and the way you enter the room, and then having the TV that looks so nice with the great screensaver. I mean, you can see mine in here right now. Yeah, you can kind of see mine here right now, and how I just love it. I love having the TV hanging like a piece of art. And yeah, I'll leave the links for the TV and the frame, because I really just think that overall, it just makes such a big difference. And I just really like having the openness here to have beautiful things sitting out rather than just a wall of cabinet. For me, I love it. So you guys let me know how you feel about it, because I think there's a lot of you who've had those cabinets and have gotten rid of them, and I'd love to hear from you. Another big thing that I do not do anymore that I used to do, and I did over and over and over, and that was I used to impulse buy bedding. I used to do a lot of impulse buying generally just for the room, but for some reason, bedding for me was always something that I would just see something cute and buy. And I would say, oh, I'll just figure out how I'm gonna make it work. And I don't do that anymore. I really like to plan out the entire space. I typically don't do patterned, and I used to just buy these patterned bedspreads. That's another thing I don't do. I don't buy bedspreads. I buy duvets with a duvet cover because it's so much easier to wash. But you know, I figured out that if I didn't have a plan for the room, it didn't come together. And so impulse buying bedding was kind of the item that I really didn't give a lot of thought to, how it would look for the overall room. I was like, I'll just redecorate the whole room. I mean, most people don't want to do that just for a duvet cover. So for me, I have found instead, I like having a plan. I like having a plan for my entire space. And you can always tweak the accessories. You can tweak the curtains for seasons and things like that. But generally having a really good idea of how you want the entire space to come together will be transformative, and it will save you so much money in the long run. Because what I found was that a lot of times I just wouldn't end up using those impulse buys. I'd end up switching them out in the end, because a lot of times they just didn't work. So if you're not a designer, or you don't want to sit around and put together all the designs, you can actually go over to my LTK. It just means like to know it. It's a little app, and it's really great because I can upload all of my mood boards over there. I upload mood boards for you guys. I show you how to put all the things together, and we have everything from bedrooms to living rooms. And it's a really great app because you can just get tons of inspiration, and then if there's something that you want to buy, the links are there. But for me, it's such a great source for inspiration. And so yeah, I'll leave a link for it, but I plan everything out now, and I try to really think through. I tend to go for a lot of neutrals because I like to fix the bed like that, but you know, every now and then I might throw in a pattern, but at least I've thought it through. Another thing that I don't do anymore is I do not underlight the room. Now we're in the daytime, so I had the lights turned off so you can properly see the room. But normally the room is actually lit. One of my favorite things to do, actually, my husband finally converted me over to this. We have the Causa app, and you can literally come in this Causa app. All right, so you come into the app and literally just hit the lights on for the dresser, and then we can turn on the bed light, the other bed light. Okay, let's get and then I can start tapping everything on throughout the house. And it's just really convenient. And putting in the chandelier as well, I have found that this has been so transformative to how the space feels. During the day, of course, because I do normally have the lights on, I think it's really cozy actually. It can be a little bit difficult with the lighting on the video camera, but in real life, it's so beautiful to have a little bit of low light in the room. I love this Causa app too, because I can actually choose, this isn't an ad, it's just me talking about them. I can actually choose the brightness of it. So right now they're sitting at, right now you can see it's sitting at 33%, and I can actually just lower the light down, yeah, to like 7%, and you can see the light dimming behind me. So all of that is controlled through the app, so we can pull the lights up and down, and of course, obviously turn them off and on. So I highly recommend the Causa app. And then the light bulbs and or the light switches, whichever route you prefer, but they're amazing. So I really have learned that the lighting is actually hugely important to how the room feels. When I was a lot younger and I was first getting started, I mean, I moved out of my parents' house and got married when I was 19. So we were quite young trying to put together a house and trying to figure all this stuff out. I used to only have lamps on the nightstands, and it just wasn't enough light. So I think that lighting your room and adding in lights on the nightstands, maybe like adding some wall sconces over mirrors, adding the chandelier in, all of these things can really be transformative to the cozy factor of your space, and it's very calming and really beautiful. So I would think about adding a floor lamp if you've got a chair. Think about adding some wall sconces, maybe with some mirrors. Think about putting sconces over your artwork, or maybe some dresser lamps, nightstand lamps. Like all these things will really help your space to feel warm, and it's a feeling of luxury even though it is just light, and I think it's a big deal. So I think you'll love it. Well, those are just a few things that I do not do anymore when I decorate in a bedroom, whether it's for myself or for my clients. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know which one of these has just like rung true with you, maybe something that you need to be working on yourself, or a mistake that you made. I don't think they're necessarily always mistakes. They're just different ways of doing things, that's for sure. So let me know if you feel like any of these are ones that you would want to change, or ones that you have changed, especially that TV one. I bet there's a bunch of you that used to have those TV armoires. I love hearing from you guys. It's really fun because you guys are from all over the world, and it's always just so nice to hear the conversation from so many different places. So let me know what are the things that maybe even you don't do anymore, and that way we can always learn from each other. I love it. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. We have this incredible community here. It's just amazing. Honestly, it's incredible. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna go on down my coffee, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.